Have you ever noticed that the price you see on a stock isn't always the price you buy or sell at? Have you ever wondered why? Hi, it's Chisom, and today we're going to be understanding bid, ask, and spread. In the stock market, there is no single fixed price. Every price you see is as a result of live negotiations happening between buyers and sellers of the market in real time. That negotiation comes up as two prices on your screen, the bid price and the ask price. And the difference between them is called the spread. So if someone is trying to buy, say, Dangote cement at 500 naira and the seller is saying they can only sell at 550, the difference between them is 50 naira. The 50 naira is the spread. Let me break it down further. The bid price is the price, the highest price that someone, a buyer, is willing to pay for a stock in the market currently. That is the bid price. The bid price does not mean that that is what the stock is worth. It's just showing that this is what people are willing to buy it at currently. It's basically what people are offering right now. So if you place a sell order and you want it to execute immediately, which means you're using the market order option, your trade would most likely execute at the current bid price. So let's say someone is offering 500 naira for Dangote cement and you're trying to sell your Dangote cement and you didn't sell it like with a limit order. Let's say you're hoping that to sell at 520, the price you're currently seeing, but you placed a market order, like a market order, direct order. You see that your trade will most likely execute at 500 naira, which is what someone is willing to pay for it in the market at that time. So yeah. So when you look at the bid, you are currently seeing the strongest demand in the market at that moment. Now let's talk about the ask price. The ask price is the lowest amount a seller is willing to accept for that same stock. That's why I said, let's say you are bidding 500 naira to buy a stock, but a seller is saying no, it must be 520. That 520 is the ask price. That is the lowest that seller is willing to go. And 500 is the highest you're willing to go as the buyer. So the 20 naira between the two of you is called the spread. So for example, you're trying to buy a stock, that same stock for example, and you just placed a market order. It's very likely that you will be buying at the price that seller is currently, that's the lowest amount that seller said they will sell. So if you're placing like a market order, let's say you saw 510 naira or something in the normal stock chart, like this normal stock price, and you're trying to buy, you will most likely be buying at 520, which is what sellers are willing to sell at that moment. Just because you placed a market order, you're not able to negotiate. You just placed an order, so it will execute at the seller's price. Because when you place a market order, the market automatically assumes that you are agreeing to what the seller is offering. And like I explained, the spread is the difference between the bid price and the ask price. So a very tight spread means the market, that particular stock, is very active. It has a lot of buyers and sellers. So yeah. While a wide spread means the stock is not that active and there are not many buyers or sellers in the market at that moment. And it also means, like with a stock that has a wide spread, it also means that when you try to buy or something, you might be buying at a more expensive price than you initially saw. So you might have seen 500 and you're trying to buy and you're going to be buying at 550 or 600. That's just how it works. And that's why two people can trade the same stock in seconds, with like seconds apart, and get different prices. That is because there's a bid price, there's an ask price. It changes every moment. A lot of beginners think that the spread is a fee charged by the app. Let's say you're buying with Bamboo and you saw 500 and they charged you maybe 520 in the end, and you're thinking, oh, maybe the 20 naira on top is what Bamboo charged me. Bamboo didn't charge you nothing. That is the spread. That 20 naira extra you paid is called the price of immediacy. So you wanted your trade to execute instantly and you placed a market order. It means you're agreeing to whatever the market is telling you at that point. So you're going to buy at whatever the market is saying. So if it's 550, 600, you're buying. So be very careful, because if you're buying a stock that has a wide spread, very careful with market orders because you might be buying at a more expensive price than you initially bargained for, which is why you should be able to use the order book as much as you can. Look at the order book before you place any order, and once you can understand bid, ask, and spread, you won't be confused in the market anymore. You'll see that price changes don't happen by magic. It happens because people are actually negotiating live in the market. They are saying, I want to buy this one, and saying, no, I want to sell at this. That's what the market is. A market. It's just that it's digital. That's all. And the moment you understand how negotiation actually works in the stock market, you start trading or investing with clarity instead of just random buy and sell in the market. I hope that's clear enough. And as always, follow me, like, share to your friends who you think might need this, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.